Hello and welcome. Day 24. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Isaiah 30:21. Walking God's way. "We're going this way," I said as I touched my son's shoulder and redirected him through the crowd to follow his mom and sisters in front of us. I've done this more than often as the day wore on at the amusement park. Our family was visiting. He was getting tired and easily distracted. Why can't he just follow them? I wondered. It hit me. How often do I do the exact same thing? How often do I veer from the obediently walking with God, enchanted by the temptations to pursue what I want instead of seeking his ways? I think of Isaiah's words from God for Israel. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way, walk in it." Earlier in that chapter, God had rebuked his people for their rebelliousness. But if they would trust his strength instead of their own ways, his promise to show his graciousness and compassion. One expression of God's graciousness is his promise to guide us by his Spirit. This happens as we talk to him about our desires, ask in prayer what he has for us. I'm thankful God patiently directs us day by day, step by step, as we trust him and listen to his voice. Do you have to be tempted to go your own way instead of obeying God? How can you trust him more? And for 60 days of prophecy, it says, "How then shall we live?" Prophetic connection. Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branches have already become tender and put forth leaves, you know the summer is near. So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near at the doors. Matthew 24:32-33. With America seemingly left out of the end-time prophecy, it would be possible to look at the spiritual state of our nation and grow discouraged. By living with the hope of the rapture encourages Christians to do these things. Keep on waiting. In Matthew 24:32-34, Jesus used the fig tree as a metaphor for Israel, telling his disciples to watch for it to begin putting forth leaves. In other words, he encouraged them to be cognizant of what was happening around them as they waited for events to unfold. We can apply the same lesson as we wait for the unfolding of the end times. We are waiting still, but our waiting is growing shorter. We can wait with the confidence that we can wait with God's purposes are going to be worked out. Jesus said, "But of that the day and the hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only." Keep on working. Our task while we wait for the return of Christ is clear. To continue to labor in the Master's vineyard until his return. Many Christians throughout church history have made the mistake of supposing they knew the time of Christ's return and ceased from their labors. They have retreated from the world only to be disappointed when their expectations proved false. Jesus himself said, "I must work the works of him who sent me while it is day, and night is coming when no one can work." John 9:4. There must be a passion as well to do the work of Christ while we have the opportunity. When night comes, the opportunity will have passed. Blessed is the servant whom his master, when he comes, will find serving. Matthew 24:46. Keep watching. Finally, we are to keep watching, looking to the sky, as it were, for his return. In Luke 21:28, we find these words of Jesus. Now, when these things begin to happen, look up, lift your heads, because your redemption draws near. Southern evangelist Vance Havner gave us a real key to keeping to our task and finding joy in the impending doom. We are not just looking for something to happen, we are looking for someone to come. And when things begin to come to pass, we are not to drop our heads in discouragement or shake our heads in despair. We are to lift our heads in delight. Watch with joy and expectation for Christ's return. Hope you guys have a great day.